Hello everybody, San here, engineer, MBA, and investor. And in today's video, I wanted to talk about Scribe Therapeutics. Of course, this news was published a couple of weeks ago, specifically, I believe, a little bit over 2 weeks ago. A little bit over 2 weeks ago. We're already mid-October. It's crazy, guys. Time goes so fast, and I just noticed my birthday is on the 20th of October, so it's in like 4 days, right? So, time went so fast. Time goes so fast. But anyways, this news came about actually. I was going through Biotech 2K1 tweets there. I was sort of going through the history of their tweets, and I saw they retweeted this news that came about, like I said, 2 weeks ago by Scribe Therapeutics. And it says that the deal extends Sanofi science, exploring new ways to build cancer cell therapies. And of course, this is a partnership that Sanofi is now paying upfront $25 million to Scribe Therapeutics to use non-exclusively Scribe's technology. And of course, we'll take a look at the more details there at the press release here from Pharma Drive. So under the partnership announced Tuesday, Sanofi will pay Scribe $25 million upfront to access a 5-year-old startup genome editing technology. The pharmaceutical company is also promising more than $1 billion in additional payments based on unspecific development and commercial milestone, although that money may never be paid out. So the last few words are very important. Of course, these are milestones that are set, of course, pending through FDA approval, commercial numbers, profits, sales, and so on. So lots of variables here. But what is for sure is they're getting $25 million up front. It's still $25 million. It's honestly, it's a little bit peanuts compared to what other partnerships could be getting, but it is non-exclusive. It's very important to mention this. This is non-exclusive. And of course, Scribe is a private company backed by private investors, founded by Jennifer Doudna, Dr. Doudna there. We'll take a look at that shortly. But of course, this is a partnership. It is for natural killer cells. So of course, we're looking at an alternative for T cells when it comes to CAR T treatments. When we're talking about cancer cells, we've actually seen Caribou talk about NK cells as well as the next generation in their company. Currently, they're focusing on T cells, CAR T treatments, and so on. But Caribou, of course, also founded by Doudna, their next generation of programs is, of course, with NK cells. We know other companies are focusing on NK cells as well. But of course, here, Scribe and Sanofi are now partnering up to tackle that. And if you want to have a quick crash course on NK cells versus CAR T, why you would want to prefer NK cells, it's not going to be in this video, but of course you can Google that. Or I believe I made a video in my video catalog about this, if I recall. But you're going to have to search for it. I'll be honest, it's been a while. It's been a while since I've made like an actual science video where I don't go over news, I just go over a research paper or actual science theory. I'm sort of itching to do that in the upcoming weeks here, as opposed to grabbing these news. It's just because there's been so many news and we've been so busy skipping days, 2-3 days at a time for videos, and I have to cover these news, especially for our viewers here. But I promise you guys, I will get back to the science research-based type of videos. I mean, they're a little bit lengthy, but I think people appreciate them because talking about science is definitely one of the big reasons why many of you have subscribed to this channel as opposed to tracking news. But again, a lot of our viewers want to know the latest news, want to know what's going on as they go through YouTube, and we got to satisfy both ends, right, guys? So that's the partnership here. Let's take a look at certain things here. I do want to talk about this. So first of all, Scribe genome editing technology relies on CRISPR framework pioneered by its co-founder, Dr. Doudna, but the company has developed its own DNA cutting enzymes too. Very important, right? So if you look at the team, I took a look at the leadership. I haven't really dived into this company at all, but we'll take a look at it right now as we do it. So Dr. Doudna is definitely in the leadership team. She is the co-founder and the scientific advisor, similar to what we've seen her with other companies that she founded, so nothing new here. What is interesting here is the leadership board here. Look at this co-founder, president, and CEO Benjamin Oakes. I don't think we've ever even mentioned his name. in this channel. And if I take a look at that, okay, so he received his BA in philosophy and neurobiology. Okay, under 35 is times 40 under 40. Okay, okay, so it doesn't look like this person comes from a big pharma company, quite relatively young considering he's definitely under 40 there. So in 2016, he worked on the Dalton lab. So obviously that came about something interesting because obviously he ended up co-founding this company with Dr. Downa. If you take a look at the VP here, co-founder. Brent has over 20 scientific publications, so clearly a scientist here, sorry. Okay, so again, not really from a bio. What about chief business officer? Yeah, so the business officer is definitely from AbbVie. So that's interesting. That's really, really good. So yes, you have some veterans in there. So David Parrott. Let's take a look at this person. BMO Capital Markets seems like more of a financial person. Barclays, okay. So that's what we have for here. David F. Savage. I think I've seen his name around, floating around. Who else? Let's take a look. Head of IP, VP talent. So maybe head of IP. I want to see that person. Bayer. That's interesting. Bayer. That's another veteran in there. So they got a couple of veterans, but mostly sort of mostly scientists focusing on the science side of things, which is what you would want, really, I think, in my opinion. I don't think you would want someone. Anderson Horowitz is one of the board of directors. Interesting. So they're definitely one of the investors for sure. Yeah, so this is obviously a private company backed by private investors. It is from UC Berkeley, from the West, founded by Dr. Downa. So again, the West versus East. You guys gotta remember this when you see these companies in the CRISPR space. It's important for you to recognize whether they're coming from the West side of US or East side. Of course, I'm referencing to the whole Broad Institute versus the whole UC Berkeley license issues and so on. So obviously they're getting their licensing and everything from UC Berkeley from the West. We'll see how that unfolds. But clearly here, this company is fairly new, focusing on CRISPR, of course, focusing on their own DNA technology, editing technology, as they stated in that article. And looks like they're planning to tackle different diseases, neurological diseases. Oh, they're even the eye side of things. That's very interesting. Editas is the only one doing this. Maybe they see an angle there, Cell therapy, which is obviously NK cells, part of it. So very, very interesting. We'll see where this company goes, guys. This is very interesting. As a partnership, I think there's so many of these private companies, preparing to go public at some point. I mean, we saw Beam go public in 2020. We saw Verve and Caribou go public in 2021. We saw, we're seeing right now Prime Medicine preparing to go public as they filed for IPO and sending out the details. They're worth for just shy of $2 billion, which is still crazy and mind-boggling in my mind, but it is what it is. And then you have Scribe Tx here doing some of these types of partnerships, putting themselves as an angle there to have some sort of revenue so that they can justify that as they go public at some point in the future. I do want to make a note that Mammoth Biosciences, in my opinion, are still the company that I'm looking at very, very specifically. I believe Janice Chan, one of the leadership there, just got nominated or something with the Times, like something as 100 leaders or something like that. So that's really interesting. So lots of things that are happening in this space, guys. Lots of things. In this recession, this is what you have to do as an investor, in my opinion, is you have to look at these companies. You have to follow these news and look at these companies because they're all trading at a discount, right? Obviously, this company is a private company, so us retail investors cannot invest in this company. But then you see Prime going public and you want to sort of value that and make your own assessment, right? This is what I'm trying to teach you guys over the last 2 years, is really make your own assessment, right? Build your own conviction, build your research. So lots of things are happening, guys. Hopefully you guys are having a beautiful, beautiful Sunday. I'm going to end this video like this. I do want to ask you guys to like this video, subscribe if you're not. So hopefully you guys are having, like I said, a great weekend. We've got a big week coming up, already midweek of mid-month. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the last days of fall. Thank you.